Okay, so I just recently reviewed these two books in another video, and I talked about how they might be more useful for a digital painter and not a traditional painter because they only give digital values for the colors. So they give you RGB and CMYK, and also the swatches are really small, so even though there's a lot of little pictures in here, it's very hard for you to isolate what an actual mood or color scheme is based on how teeny tiny these books are and the swatches are. So I'm reviewing another book. This book, by the way, is called The Color Scheme Bible by Anna Starmer, and it's actually for interior design. It's not for painting. It was well reviewed on Amazon as just a general color palette book, and I thought it would be useful to recommend to students, and I do like this book better than the other one. First of all, it actually divides up the colors according to emotions, mood, and light, and gives you a teeny bit of color theory and what colors have meant historically, and then it divides all these colors up. It tells you a little bit at the beginning what these colors might mean, what emotions certain colors evoke, and it gives you a little bit of color theory. Then it basically just goes into each color group, like reds or oranges or yellows, and gives you a whole lot of palettes. There are no colors here that translate into a color palette that you are painting with traditionally, so it doesn't tell you, say, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, and it also doesn't give you CMYK or RGB colors. That might be intimidating to both traditional and digital painters. But I actually like this because I actually don't want to be told exactly. I just want to be maybe inspired by a mood. So when somebody says, well, this is soft, feminine, and pretty, and maybe I don't care for that description, I like what this looks like. Maybe this looks like candy to me, or maybe this looks like a romantic Valentine's Day kind of thing. And I can just then mix colors that give me this mood, or alternative colors that give me this mood. And I actually like this. I think this is more evocative to me as far as trying to figure out a certain mood or color. I think a part of it is that they've given you a much larger swatch. The other books were just too tiny for you to get any kind of a mood. And I really don't mind mixing the colors on my own because I think I have colors that I have on my wheel that I can just put my wheel next to this and try to find out what colors I have that would give me this mix. For example, this to me looks like a complementary color scheme, right? Red and green are complements, and this is obviously a red-green complementary color scheme. And now I have a sort of pastel-y red, pastel mint green, and a darker green, and a little bit of peach and, you know, salmon working into here, and that's a beautiful little color scheme. So if I'm feeling completely uninspired, if I just open to a random page and then decide to go mix up the colors, I think that's actually useful to me. I'm going to keep this book, whereas with the other two books, I was saying I was going to give those to my husband because he does more digital stuff. I'm a traditional painter, so I'm definitely going to keep this. I think that whether you're traditional or digital, if you just like looking at the mood or something for inspiration and then doing it intuitively from there, or color matching on your own, then this is a good book for you to have because I do like this. I think a lot of these color schemes are beautiful, and also you want larger swatches so you can see the mood. If you do want random inspiration for color schemes, if you're feeling completely uninspired, you have a picture of, say, a house you're painting down the street, and you don't like the photo colors, so they might look very dull and everyday. If you open this up to a random page and say, this color scheme, and then all of a sudden you have a completely unorthodox way of painting the house. This is basically just a monochromatic color scheme, and it would help you break the boundaries. Some people might just want inspiration on a day where they're feeling completely just uninspired. Sometimes it happens, so I think this is a nice book to have on hand to just open up random swatches. And again, this is The Color Scheme Bible by Anna Starmer.